Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel. Today, you've read the title, I am bringing you the Mo Knows Hair product relaunch. I'm reviewing a couple of products that I picked up from the line. I'm really excited to do this. If you are not familiar with the background here, there's a YouTube channel called Mo Knows Hair, and the person behind the channel is Monica. And about 4 or 5 years ago, Monica did a partnership with Sally's Beauty in which her products came out. They were under her name and everything, and she had a whole line of products. They were definitely like treated like the Sally brand, so it was lower price tag. They were part of that, was that 4 for 20 or whatever deal that people be getting at Sally. So there were a couple products that I think people really liked from that line, but then suddenly the products started getting a little bit more hard to find, a little sparse, and then they stopped being sold at Sally altogether. So fast forward to today, Monica has brought the products back out. This time it is no longer with Sally Beauty. She did them on her own, and it's definitely on her own prices. And she said that the hair care products, all of those were basically just improved formulations, and at the stylers, to me it sounded like she just completely scrapped them and came up with completely new formulations, but they have the same names as the previous products. Okay, so in this video we're going to focus on the comparison between the products then and the products now, because I did do a video previously. I tried to get all the same products, but there are some things that are missing, and I'll explain why that is when I get to it. But let me tell you what I did get. I have the Scalp Clarifier, I have the Elasticity Restoring Treatment, and then I also have the Styling Potion. If you're interested in these products, I'm going to link the website below, because now you have to go to the Mo Knows Hair website to get the products, as I said before, because they are no longer with Sally. Let's start this thing off with the Scalp Clarifier. The Scalp Clarifier is 4 ounces. I do not remember how many ounces the original one was. That was with Sally Beauty. However, this current one is $22, making it $5.50 per ounce. This is a foaming pre-shampoo treatment. Normally we think of pre-poos as something to help us detangle our hair, but this pre-poo is actually something to actually start the cleansing process on your hair. The promises on this product is that it removes product buildup, reduces shedding, reduces flaking, and unclogs follicles. If you are familiar with Jennifer Rose, it's another hairstylist on Instagram, she recommends the whole applying shampoo to dry hair before you wet your hair situation. I tried that in the past. I did not really like it. And then with this product, I don't really love the results that I got with this product originally, but let's talk about the reformulation, because I do have a different opinion this time. Okay, anyway, before we get to that, let's talk about the ingredients. The first 5 are water, sodium methylcocoyl taurate, cocamidopropylbetaine, glycerin, and diesel glucoside. This product also has a lot of oils. It has a little bit of protein, and basically overall this formulation reminds me of a moisture shampoo. Very similar. If I didn't know what this was and someone just gave me an ingredients list, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, a moisture shampoo. The scent, okay, listen, I'm not sure where, but I feel like I've smelled this before. I don't know where, but I have smelled this exact combination before. Now, what they say it is fresh linen, rose, and sandalwood. Now listen, I'm not a fragrance girly, but usually sandalwood is a very strong scent. I'm not catching that in this. It's not overwhelming or very strong. In fact, y'all, I know a major complaint of the Mo Knows Hair collection in the past was the scent. All the products had the same scent. It was very strong, and kind of like inexpensive men's cologne was the way that it smelled, and that actually put a lot of people off of the collection. All of these smell different. Every product smells completely different from the other products, and nothing is so strong and like overwhelming. Like, you smell it, you know there's a smell, and then you kind of forget about it. Like, that's literally what she's done with the scents in the relaunch. Anyway, so the texture of the Scalp Clarifier, it's very loose. It's gel-like. It's like a shampoo, but there's an extra like wetness to it. I felt like I was, yes, putting a gel-like product on my scalp, but at the same time I felt like I was like almost wetting my scalp too. I'm not really sure if that's getting through, but I'm trying to explain it. So anyways, here's where I messed up 4 or 5 years ago with this product. So this is a twist cap, y'all, and I didn't have the cap untwisted all the way when I did it 4 or 5 years ago. So I made sure this time that I was not gonna waste no product, I was not gonna have no problems, and I made sure that I untwisted it and made sure that I looked into the hole to make sure it was fully untwisted. So the product comes out really easily, very smoothly, kind of had like a cool feeling on my scalp. I did notice in the footage as I was watching it back that I had the nozzle pointed upwards while I was trying to put it in my hair on the right side, and the nozzle was pointed downwards when I had it on the left side. So I noticed that when I do the second step, which after you put it in dry, lather it up a little bit, you're supposed to put a little bit of water and then continue to lather it up. I noticed that the side where the nozzle was down was lathering better than the side where the nozzle was up. So just a consideration when you're using this product, you might want to be cognizant of how the product is pointing, whether it's pointing up or down, so it can come out more easily. That being said, I feel like I did not use a whole lot of this product, partially because I used it correctly this time around. I can say I probably used the top third of this treatment, and so for a 4-ounce product, I'm probably going to get about 3 uses out of it, which is not too bad. I felt like my hair lathered up nicely and everything. Now, because I did put it on dry hair and the rest of my hair wasn't as wet as the roots and the scalp was, when I was going to rinse it, it didn't fully rinse out of my hair and run down my hair, because like, where's it going to go? The rest of the hair is dry, or just damp and not super wet. So I didn't worry about that though, because it is a cleanser, and I did go in off camera and use my own shampoo, because the original shampoo from this collection and the reformulated shampoo from this collection, neither one of those were vegan friendly. So I went ahead and washed with another shampoo off camera, and through that process I was able to fully remove the product from my hair. But this is a consideration if you're trying to just put this scalp clarifier on your scalp and like not use shampoo or something like that, then this is a consideration for the rinsing. The rinsing may be a little bit more difficult, especially considering the fact that I have very thick hair. But even with this thick hair, I was able to distribute this product very easily and lather it up very easily. It's just the rinsing where I hit a little bit of a snag. Okay, next up, the elasticity restoring treatment. If you weren't here for the first go around with this product run, this was the star. Everybody and their mama liked this. Some people would hold their nose to overcome the scent just to use this. Myself, I repurchased this. This was a regular rotation product. I liked this treatment, and I actually was very sad when I made this order initially. They made a mistake at the factory and did not send this to me. Monica was very quick to act, and she sent me the product that I ordered. So I was like, of all products to not get this one, come on, y'all gotta be playing with me. But anyway, first thing that you'll notice is that this was a 6-ounce originally. They bumped it up to 8 ounce now, so you get 2 more ounces of this product, which is good. It's bigger. Now, the price for this 8 ounce is $26, bringing this to $3.25 an ounce. Okay, and obviously what the product is a deep conditioner. The promises are it improves the elasticity and definition of your curls, makes hair easier to detangle, reduces breakage, increases length retention, repairs the cuticle layer to retain more moisture. So basically this is a moisture-based product that has protein in it to keep your hair balanced without being like a full-on protein treatment. Okay, first 5 ingredients, we are looking at water, myristoyl alcohol, cetyl alcohol, propanediol, and citramonium chloride. It has some silicones for those that avoid. I don't. And then it has a little bit of quinoa, which is what the protein is, the plant-based protein. So this is not a protein-heavy, protein treatment type product at all. Now, the scent. Okay, when I first smelled it, I said, I don't know what this scent is, but I'm obsessed. This, of the 3 products that I have, this scent I like the most, and I'm not really sure what it is. They say pink water lily, fresh mint, and bergamot. I definitely did detect a slight citrus scent. If you're not familiar, bergamot is a citrus scent. It's like, I don't know. I think I am getting the bergamot, and not in a bad way, because some stuff's bergamot that I don't like, but Girl, I don't really know. I've never smelled anything like that. Kind of maybe reminds me of like maybe a body wash or something, but it's really pleasant. It's a really nice scented product. Okay, so the texture is just as thick as the original. It is very thick. In fact, the texture kind of reminds me of an old school cholesterol. If you guys are old enough to have ever used a cholesterol treatment before, it's very much giving cholesterol treatment. And so I do anticipate getting quite a few uses out of this. I got a lot of uses out of the original 6-ounce product, so probably should be able to get a decent amount of uses out of this just because of how thick it is. Usage. Let me tell you how I use it. Okay, so first of all, I did have to play around with the product to water ratio to get it just right. You may see me in the clips where I did my usual apply product situation, and then I put it under the water, and then I was kind of like, this ain't quite it. And then I put a little bit more product, and then I put a little bit more water. So it's just like what I'm doing is I'm feeling for my hair to have a certain amount of slip so that it'll be easy for me to detangle later. And it just wasn't that right away. I definitely had to play around with the ratio, and I think that simply has to do with the fact that this is a thick product. If you are someone who likes to apply deep conditioners on damp or dry hair, or do it before you shampoo or anything like that, because I know those methods are still popular, you probably will not like this product just because of how thick it is and the whole being similar to cholesterol treatment. I feel like this is going to work the best if your hair is soaking wet, because it kind of dilutes the thickness of the product a little bit. Now, detangling experience with the product, yes, it was a good detangling experience. It wasn't a slippery, wet type experience with the detangling. It was this is thick, but my hair is still letting this brush glide through experience, if that makes sense. So a lot of the experience is affected by the thickness of the product. Now, the instructions were to like let it sit with heat for like 10 minutes. So I did do that, came back. I feel like the product absorbed pretty well. And then also as far as rinsing, I think that the product rinsed from my hair pretty well. Despite the thickness of everything, it had a good rinse. On to the styling potion. I don't need to look at the original product to tell you that this is way bigger than the original product. So the relaunch brings you 12 ounces of product. It's much bigger. This retails for $24, therefore it is $2 an ounce, making it significantly cheaper than everything else that I have shown you in this video. And it's just because it's so big. It's a pretty large size product, which is good. I like to see a styler be very large because this is a styler. In fact, I know you guys can't see because it's white labels and my camera's doing this like adjustment thing, but all the hair care products have purple labels, and then the stylers have this green label, which is why I thought I would be cute up here with this green crop top. So, but y'all can't even see it unless I do what I'm doing right now. Anyways, moving on. So this is described as a leave-in conditioner lotion. It defines curls, hydrates and adds shine, can be used as a leave-in conditioner and styler, and it gives a frizz-free finish. The first 5 ingredients are water, aloe leaf juice, glycerin, propanediol, and cetyl alcohol. It has a couple of oils in there. There's a polyquat in there, so I'm thinking that that's adding to the styling claim, but it does seem closer to a leave-in based off the ingredients. Very heavy on like ingredients that I've seen in conditioners, ingredients that I've seen in leave-ins. But the polyquat is there if you were wondering about the whole styler component of it. So for the scent, they say that it is white amber, warm vanilla, and English lavender. I felt like as I was applying this that it smelled like a baby wipe. Not in a bad way, but it just was reminiscent of a baby wipe to me. So the texture, it's very thin and runny. of course, like a leave-in conditioner. I put it on my hand and it immediately started running down my hand because of the watery texture. Okay, so I applied this throughout my hair and applied a little bit of water over it as well. That's just how I apply anything that is like the initial product in my styling that helps distribute it. I have thick hair. I think if your hair is not as thick as mine, you probably would need to do the whole run water through type situation that I do. And then I distributed it through. I will tell you that I didn't necessarily love the experience of this on my hair. It didn't really feel like a leave-in. It felt like a styler, but not like a styler that was like being juicy and clumping my hair. And you see it has these ingredients. It's got these humectant, juicy ingredients. It has the conditioner ingredients up high. So I was thinking, I guess my expectation was different than what it was. So I didn't necessarily love the feel of this going into my hair, but the distribution was good. And then I followed it up with a styler that is not from the Mono's Hair collection, because in the reformulation of everything, the gel was originally vegan the first time around. And so in that first video of mine, I had the gel. This time around, the gel got reformulated in a way that made it not vegan friendly, so I didn't pick up the gel. They describe the gel as medium holes, and I think it is also a xanthan gum based styler. So I decided to use the She Scented Plum Nectar and Agave to style it. Now at this point in the video, the wash and go I get as a result, the experience that I have with these comboed has nothing to do with the Mono's Hair collection, because I went off script. She's not formulating her product to work with somebody else's product or some other product. So I'm off script at this point. Please understand. Please understand. Okay, so anyways, I did throw in a clip of what my hair looked like when I was styling it. It was a pretty decent experience with styling my hair with this. I feel like the wet results were okay. I really felt like it wasn't really gonna give nothing, but we might as well try, because in the first video I had to give up and do a braid out. So back around, and I'm throwing a clip of the finished wash and go in here just because, but again, it has nothing to do with Mono's Hair collection. Okay, yeah, the finished wash and go actually gave a lot more than I thought it was gonna give. I actually liked it. Okay, it was actually pretty good. The clip that I'm going to include in this video is from like the day after I washed my hair and it was fully dry and everything. There was a little bit of snow in the room, a little bit of snow in the building when I took my scarf out with manipulation of my hair, a little bit like that. But it really wasn't the type of snow that would prevent me from wearing it. It wasn't that snow on your clothes type snow, okay? And here we are the day after that clip, and my hair that I have today is actually still that same wash and go. Again, there's still snow in the building, but again, that has nothing to do with the Mono's Hair collection because I chose this combo. And I put this together. It's still a decent wash and go, but this is a point where I would start doing like little pin back situations, little headbands, puffs, things like that to kind of get it out of my face. This wash and go is probably going to be done tomorrow. It'll probably be a puff tomorrow. Does my hair look decent? Does it feel decent? Absolutely. Okay, so like I usually do with these multi-product review things, I'm going to go ahead and give a ranking for my final thoughts, okay? Product number one, the one that I felt like was the best, I'm going to give it to the Scalp Clarifier, which is shocking for me because I didn't really care for this product the first time around. But I actually liked the experience of using this. It did what it said it was going to do. My scalp felt nice, and I feel like because the ingredients are so much like a moisturizing shampoo, you can probably use this, even though it says clarifier, you could probably use this every wash day and probably not have an issue at all. I like the experience of this. I would use it again, especially now that I know that I was holding the nozzle the wrong way. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to come back and use this. Product number two on my list is definitely the Elasticity Restoring Treatment. I do still like this product. The thing is now I feel like before she kind of had a competitive edge. Like it's inexpensive, it's in this little jar so people are counting it out, but then it's thick and it's concentrated and it goes a long way. But I feel like now that she's upped the price, And she's in a different range, and there's different other products that are comparable to it now as far as like the level of hair care type of product that it is. I feel like we expect the products to be concentrated and whatever at this price range. You know, I can think of a couple of other deep conditioners that are just thick and whatever, like Adwoa Beauty is one that comes to mind immediately, right? That's the expectation when you have this higher price tag. So now she's just delivering what we would expect, you know, which is not bad. But yeah, I don't find myself jumping out the window for it, but I do still feel like it is a solid product. And then I put this dead last. I don't even enjoy this product at all, guys. I hate to say it, but the Styling Potion, she's not doing it for me. I think I want to try this underneath some other gels, and maybe I would have a better experience with this. But I wouldn't even use this as a regular leave-in, like for not doing a wash and go. I just don't like it. I feel like perhaps you could do, she has a product that's like a primer type product that I think is just a straight up leave-in. I would say maybe put that on first and then put this over it. That will probably give you a better experience. Or if you have a spray leave-in at home, spray that on and then put this Styling Potion over it, since the Styling Potion does have somewhat of a styling ingredients. But I didn't really enjoy this product at all, and I probably would never buy it again, but it's huge. So we're going to make it work. We're going to do something with it because it is a really large product, and I'm probably going to have it much longer than the other products from this collection. Naturally, I'm going to send people over to look at the review from a couple of years ago so you can see the original line of products and what I had to say about them. And then any information will be in the description box. Subscribe. I post videos every week, and I will talk to you in the next one.